Hey y'all, it's Renegayde, and it's time to spill more reality on all things Drag Race Philippines Slaysian Royale. The ultimate battle royale is officially on, so make sure you like and subscribe for more, as you're not going to want to miss a single drop of content this season. On this episode, our Slaysian queens of the world unite for the season premiere and compete in their first challenge, the Miss Shutacca Pageant. But before we begin, let me introduce my co-host, and his most perfect day is April 25th, because it's not too hot or not too cold. He just needs a light jacket. It's QuackrrJack!
Mabuhay!
Mabuhay, Jack. How you feeling after that premiere?
I loved it. I thought this was amazing. I cannot wait to keep seeing more. I mean, I do wish, my one critique, wish we had gotten at least one episode with all the queens, but since I can't get everything I want, this was amazing as a start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I was saying that too. I really kind of feel like, especially since it felt like the first half of the episode was basically introductions, right? It felt like the whole episode felt a little rushed towards the end. Like, I felt like I wanted more time to spend in this moment of enjoying them kind of all together, getting to know each other. And I do think we could have really used another episode here, but you know, maybe that's because we also learn here that they're doing the Lipsync for your life lipstick format, so maybe they just need to start getting girls out the door because we got 12 of them, right? So probably, 8 episodes? So they're probably going to start needing to getting them out the door, like, quick, right?
Yeah, I'm going to lip sync for my legacy every week. I'm going to get a badge every week.
You would pull my lipstick. You really would,
I'll pull any.
You really would.
I really would. I will pull any lipstick that I feel like you're a competitor. I got the Morgan Michaels approach. I will let you know, like straight up.
No, you would straight up pull the Bendela. You'd pull the Bendela approach, though. You'd just take white out and just write somebody else's name on the lipstick. They wouldn't even be up for elimination. They would be top 2 with you, and you'd be like, "I'm eliminating them." Be like, "Girl."
I have the power to eliminate, and the host is gonna be like, "So it is done, so it shall be," and I'm like, "Yep, bye." As the girl who just lost the lip sync to me is like, "But I'm supposed to be safe," and the host shoos her away. Like, I'm getting rid of all my competition.
I feel like that's what's coming next. That has to be like the ultimate gag moment before Ru decides to step down, right? I feel like where else are we gonna go here, right? But yeah, we love the format, right? When we got it with France All Stars, we haven't really had it in a U.S. season in a hot minute since like season 4, so it's kind of nice that like the international seasons or like the versus the world seasons are kind of going with the lipstick format. So we love to see it, right?
Nothing better than seeing girls having to cut other girls' dreams down. Like, now you can't blame it on RuPaul. You have to be like, "I'm going to cut you down," and everyone's like, "Oh, why would you do that?" Yeah, no, it's happening.
Well, I know something else you probably loved about this episode is that we get tons of looks. So at least, you know, like the first queen that goes out doesn't necessarily go out without showing at least a little bit of a runway package, right?
Yeah, we did get to see at least a couple looks and a reveal from every queen, so everyone got at least a moment to try to figure it out or try to get something together. So that's a really fun, like, thing that we're getting, right?
Mm-hmm. And we can kind of start out at the top here, and just since we have so many looks to kind of speak about when it comes to the entrances, Jack, go ahead and let us know who were your standouts as far as maybe your top 3 entrance looks here, and maybe 2 that you kind of felt like maybe they could have just walked out the door and changed into something else.
Okay, so Barney looks sickening. Barney looks so good. There's nothing wrong about this outfit. It's so good. I could not keep my eyes off of her. I was like, this is how you make a reintroduction. She looks fierce. She's had some work done since her original season. No critiques. Always here for this. Suki doll. Fashionable. Such an iconic, like, this is a silhouette. It's got so many different materials. Your eyes go a lot of places, but it's so much fun. Definitely a moment to be remembered, right? And I think finally, I want to give it to Miss Deluxe over here because Venus, I forgot how to say her first name, is like, I don't know, there's just something so endearing about who she is as a person. She's so charismatic, this huge smile, like, she just radiates, like, charisma and just, like, positivity that through this, I was like, this is a really fun look. And I'm not 100% sure of everything that's going on, but I was intrigued to know more. Now, as far as the, okay, what were we thinking kind of thing going on in here, I think we have to first talk about Ivory Glaze. I I think she was trying to spell her name, but it was so bad. It was so bad. Like these
Is
little
that
fur
what that
things on
is?
there.
That is what that
I'm pretty
is,
sure
isn't
it
it?
says Ivory. Yes, 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 yes. And
Oh. Yeah, we were
I was like,
talking
what
about
is
this
going
look, and initially I was like, is she going for like a how do we say this without getting demonetized? A look of what would happen after someone that is a man does something sexual in that thing and is covering herself with it? Because that's what it was giving me. This is horrible.
Yeah,
Get
this was like
it.
my standout like worst look for sure. I was like, I'm not feeling this. I don't know what you were thinking. And then I hate to say this, but I think it's probably between Something Wong and honestly Arizona Brandy because it just was kind of meh. Arizona looked beautiful.
I think
Um,
Arizona gets out of it because of the ponytail reveal, which we'll get into later.
yes,
But I think that saved her
yes,
personally.
yes, I would agree with that. And Something Wong is just it's cute, but it's also like, and this is my this. It was hard to pick a second person, but I really just want to focus on how bad Ivory Glaze does. She says she wants a redo, so people need to know her. I said, if this is the redo start, baby, I don't want to see anything else. You can pack your bags and go.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think Ivory has the yeah. Yeah, we can move on.
Let's just move on, baby. Don't
Because
talk
we have a
about
lot of
it.
other look. Yeah, we got a lot of other looks to talk about here. But before we move on from this, because we learned that not only in these entrance looks did they have to like obviously enter the show on, but they also have to do a one-on-one dance-off for their first mini challenge, which they also have to include some hairography. And I thought this was a fun idea, but I was also questioning why every single Filipino girl felt like they had like some sort of wig reveal or some sort of wig that worked for the challenge, and then you got all the international girls coming in and they're flinging their ponytails off or their their hair is getting like tangled while they're trying to do it. I'm like, did they just not give them the memo? Was that fishy? Should we be looking at
Yeah,
this a little bit?
we definitely talked about this through the episode. It definitely felt like every girl, every Filipino girl, like knew this was coming, and the other girls were like, "Oh my god!" And then we finally, because there's a 5-7 split on the international girls, we knew we would eventually get that dreaded like where there wasn't going to be a Filipino girl to do the hairography, and we were like, "What are we going to get here?" And we got a mess. We got a mess. We got two girls losing their hair. We got girls who don't know what hairography is, and they're competing, and we're like, "What is going on here?" She's never heard of the term in her life, apparently. But we end up with a good result. We have some really slay performances, at least, and I think we got the correct winner here with Khianna.
Yeah, I think Khianna definitely won. Like I said, I wanted to give Arizona a shout out because I was not expecting her to turn her ponytail into some pom poms. I thought that was pretty fun. Um, she was definitely one for doing some fun wig reveals tonight. But yeah, I think Khianna was definitely the winner for sure. And we learned that the first challenge for this episode again is going to be the Miss Shutacca Pageant. It will consist of them having two different looks. The first category is From Roots to Runway, which is a look that was going to be something involving their heritage. And then the second look is Reveal Yourself, something so obviously we get a reveal. So we gotta love that those two categories I feel like are kind of pretty common for the international seasons. I do not know again why we don't do anything like this in the US when it comes to like just showcasing looks and having a ball. We kind of did it in season 9, and I would kind of argue that could be maybe one of my most favorite premieres, just based off of like everything that happened. And you have Gaga coming in and everything like that. Like that felt like an event, right? Like,
Yeah.
why can't we do this in the mainline franchise?
I agree 100%. I think, and look, I know that a pageant is kind of like a ball in a way, but instead of designing, what you're really doing is like preparing yourself for what's going to come. And I really feel like this is something that American or like US Drag Race is really missing, because how much fun is this? Also, fuck a talent show, give us this. I'm just saying it. If you have to fix something, get rid of the talent show, because we're tired. Everyone's tired of the talent show. We're tired of seeing girls constantly not make it to the top, and then one girl does something that's very mediocre and makes it to the top. So why not a pageant? Because it's fun.
I'm fine if it's a talent show if they actually have to do talents, but like there's a very clear difference, I think, with talent shows for the international editions and with the U.S. kind of how they work and whatnot. But yeah, I don't. I agree. Let's go ahead and let's maybe switch up to this for a little bit. I think this would be a perfectly fine way to open up any season, honestly. And I do like the two look categories that they had here too as well. Did you enjoy the categories?
Oh yeah, this gives me very much the UK kind of seasons where we are. This is really going to kind of illustrates like what they're looking for in a way. Like, this is your town, and then this is like that reveal thing that it seems like every show is trying to now make you do a reveal for one of your runways. And I was like, this is a good way to do it, because now you can get it done and over with out of the way, in my opinion. Because I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the reveal runways. I've never been a fan of, so this was good.
I
I think.
mean, I like them, but I feel like it's one of those things that I mean, since we get accustomed to it every season, and then we see multiple international seasons, it feels like the idea is overworked and overdone, you know. But I don't mind as well too, because I do think we do get possibly some of the best runways out of it too, even though we do kind of get some janky ones every once in a while, you know. But one thing I did want to get into before we actually get into what happened during this challenge is we kind of learned that because Khianna has won the mini challenge, that she gets a little bit of an advantage. She gets an extra 5 seconds for her Q&A portion because, again, they're going to be doing their two looks, and then they have their legendary pageant question and answer segment. And again, she gets 5 extra seconds, but it turns out here that she gets to take that 5 extra seconds from another girl. And initially, I'm thinking that she's going to take it from one of the national girls that she doesn't know, but I was actually very impressed that she decided to go the direction that she did, even though she got maybe not the result that she was expecting from it, because she decided to choose Arizona Brandy, who is the other finalist from the Philippines, as the girl that is going to receive the disadvantage because she doesn't want the international girls to feel like they're not welcomed here, which I thought was very kind of noble to some degree. But Arizona kind of takes it in, I feel like, a different direction, and we don't really get to see too much workroom interaction, but I felt it was very strange where how they kind of framed it, where we get like Yuha coming up to Khianna when Khianna's kind of explaining herself to Arizona, and there's kind of like a group around Khianna, and then there's like a group around Arizona, a much larger group that we see. And Arizona is clearly in her feelings because she's feeling some type of way, and then she starts to discuss that she feels like when it comes to the fandom, that a lot of the other girls who compare her to other runner-ups don't look at her the same way. Like there's like the Marina Summers, Khianna herself, and then she feels like she's seen as being on a lower pedestal as the other two. I was kind of wondering where this is all going. I feel like this is definitely setting up for an Arizona Brandy versus Khianna thing because we really don't get any other story other than maybe Madame Yoko getting to talk about her background. But what are your kind of thoughts here about the social interactions that we get here and the whole possibility of this Arizona versus Khianna finalist showdown?
Well, I think one of the big things here that's important is that Arizona might be in your feelings, but it kind of, I don't know, it felt a little scripted also to me. Like they were trying to like push that, like talk about it. Like I feel like producers were probably like, can you talk about how you felt in this moment? You know, kind of thing. Like, because I felt like Arizona had said, I I really I forgive her, but I don't forget or whatever. And I was like, fine, cool. But unless we're getting like that's the precursor to a kind of Jimbo situation from UK versus the world. I don't know that it was that serious. I do like that Khianna was like, you know what, I'm gonna be nice to the girls. I'm not gonna be mean. They're on our turf, so let me not put one of them at a disadvantage on the first day. And she made a good point. Arizona can handle herself. Arizona is not some newbie. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's done this before. Like, she's got this. And later on, we'll find out that it seems like the answers don't really matter in the slightest.
I mean, yeah, I don't think the answers really mattered at all. But did you have anything else you wanted to kind of get to before we actually get to that portion?
I mean, I kind of agree that it felt like the episode was kind of going fast. We didn't have a lot of time for things. But at the same time, like, I felt the length of the episode was correct. It just, because we had to get rid of a girl, it felt a little unfortunate. That being said, very big fan of this first episode. I think it gave everyone a good chance to show off their drag.
I'm very, very kind of excited for just. I don't know, something about this season just makes me very excited. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we could go ahead and get to the runway then. And that means we get to talk about our Miss Shutacca Pageant. Let's talk about our first runway look, which is From Roots to Runway. Jack, who had your favorite look here?
Oh wow, that's so difficult to say, but I think I'm gonna have to give it to Khianna. Like, there's no one else who does it like Khianna did. I mean, it was gorgeous. It was this androgyny. It was masculine yet feminized, and it was just so beautiful. And you really knew what she was giving. And the hair detail. I mean, come on, like, this was sick. This was amazing. This is something I don't think anyone has ever seen before. Like, maybe you've seen someone do something similar to that, but that was just another level in my opinion. And I also want to give a quick shout out to CM. Beautiful, amazing. This made me so proud for her. This was so beautiful. She had the trans icon representation. She had the rainbow flag on the head. She had the badge that she said she'd never gotten, and celebrating with all these like flower kind of esque details. It was just so beautiful. I was so proud for her. The
And
headpiece
let's
and
not forget,
everything.
yeah, I was going to say, don't forget the hair tower, because you know CM ain't going to forget her hair tower. We love, oh
Yes,
my
this
god,
rainbow
so
hair
good,
tower.
so good.
I felt like the gloves and whatnot. Like, we've got the white dress, the pink glove, the blue glove, giving us trans, and then these little flower detail kind of ruffle things. I don't know what they're called, but it was so gorgeous. I could not find anything negative to say. I was like, this girl is really showing up and showing out. Like, whereas Khianna, we all kind of expect, the runner up to do extremely well no matter what. CM is like having that breakthrough, like, redemption story already.
I low-key would also want to kind of give another third shout out here to Brigadine, because I feel like out of all like the cultural looks, she gave like me cultural opulence in a way that like we don't get to see here in the US, right? Like I just love
We
the
really did.
culture that we get here, and I'm like I don't necessarily agree of Brigadine being in the top this week. Spoiler alert, sorry about that, but and we did also have like five tops too, which like what the hell. But I mean,
Yeah,
this look alone, I do kind of would agree. This group is kind of top worthy, to be honest. So yeah,
yeah, and
oh, go for it.
I mean, honestly, like, pretty much all of the Filipino queens like did such a great job, and I also have to say that Brigadine, like, for giving us such a mono palette almost. It's just so beautiful. It's so well done, and it's details, details, details. You get to see a little bit of fringe on the bottom that matches the fringe from the start of like the skirt dress area, which matches perfectly to the detailing on the white and also her headpiece. It's this other level that I just don't think we see a lot of, like, and kind of to represent that, we have Yuha do an amazing like kind of outfit, which is very US drag, nice hair, nice dress kind of thing, but it kind of lacks in the cultural department. Like, obviously it's very USA, but it's not very she does say, yeah, she's representing both the USA and China, and you can definitely see that, but it doesn't feel to the same level. But she was one of my faves of the girls who was not like one of the Filipino queens or CM, and she snatched my attention.
My only issue with Yuha's is I wish that like there wasn't a disconnect between the corset and the bottom piece where it looked like it was very clearly two different pieces. I get why
Hmm.
it was done. I would have preferred something looking a little different, I guess. Um, that was my only issue with it. But as far as who had the worst from Roots to Runway look, I
Ooh, that's a hard one.
do kind of want to say I have three. Let
Okay.
me know if you agree. And it's not because I don't think anybody did terrible per se, but I think there's three that kind of stick out to me for different reasons. Ivory Glazes, I don't understand the cultural
Yeah.
reference at
Yeah,
all.
it's just a pretty black dress.
Like
Pretty
maybe
black
the
dress.
hair, maybe there's something with the hair, the headpiece that has something to do with maybe Australia or I forget where she said what
She didn't
her.
talk about it either, really.
Yeah, we didn't really hear anything about it, so it's just like I don't understand it. There's a disconnect for me on that one. Um, I I do think something Wong. I do kind of get why she was here. I love the idea of it. I don't know if I really liked the bedazzled green suit with I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I
just it's I get the culture, but it's not giving me maybe the fashion portion of it that I want or the aesthetic of it that I want maybe.
I think with something Wong, this is gonna be so shady, but she nailed Britain and UK in this so hard that it was painful to look at. Like, I was like, it's this ugly brown briefcase bag. It's that newspaper that they always use for everything. They put their chips in it or whatever. And like, I'm here for recycling everything, whatnot. And that ugly ass hat and the nod, the glasses to like, the queen and old people and whatnot, and the terrible, just everything just like going together so poorly. Yet I know 100% it's Britain. I'm like, oh yes, you killed UK, you did it, you did the thing. But I was just like, I wish you hadn't.
Okay, maybe that's it then. Maybe it's just not pleasant to look at. It really is like a pistachio like green with like this kind of I don't know. Yeah, it's just not it don't it's not pleasant to look at.
This is
It's
like, have you ever
not.
seen? You know what this is? This is, and I know exactly what she's going for here. You ever see those videos of the bangers and mash, and then they have like the what's that thing? The peas, like the soupy peas thing. That's what it is. She's the soupy peas with the
Oh,
bangers and mash on her. That's what it
okay.
is. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yep.
We're reaching here, but okay,
No,
we'll
no,
go
no.
with
I'm
that
not.
then,
I'm not saying like that's what she meant, but like that's what she
yeah.
looks like. But I will give her
Uh,
credit for the shoes. So, although she
I
should have wrapped it on the back part too.
I will be honest. I don't know if I really have a third
I do.
initially, but I do think if I have to pick a third, I'll say probably Madame Yoko, just because
Definitely Madame Yoko.
the
She was giving
pants
us
are
terrible
awkward.
pants. I liked her cape thing, but let's be real, I was kind of getting moose knuckle a little bit,
Yeah,
and I was
it,
like, "Are you got a diaper on under there, girl? Like, what's going on?" Like, I understand this is like the culture thing, but again, it's just not flattering. And you know what? Maybe that is part of the culture, and maybe that's my fault for not being culturally
ooh.
like aware. Like, well, I mean, look at the UK thing. I just took like a whole minute or so to talk shit on something Long's UK look because I'm like, Britain
True.
is ugly. Well, maybe I just don't know enough about where Madame Yoko is from and like how ugly it can get there too. You know?
I don't know. My thing is like, especially when it comes to like military jackets and stuff like that. For me, I feel like Alexis Mateo in season three, way back
Yeah, that's
when,
what I
in
remember too.
the years prior, the long ago,
Yeah,
she did it
back in
right
the
for
day.
me. This is
Hmm.
like there's like a little bit of stones on the pants and a little bit of stones on the collar, and just there's just it's giving more cosplay than it's giving me drag. Like drag
The
should
stones
be
on the pants. Mm-mm.
bigger. It's just it's not big enough for me. Like I want it to be bigger. I want more. It's a little boring. It's a little too traditional.
A
Um,
little.
a little too traditional, and by little I mean a lot.
Well, and let's keep it 100 with this too. The stoning on the pants is in the wrong area, and it kind of just looks like maybe she got some dirt on it, and like at the bottom, you're like,
She went through the mud and ended up with some stones. Yeah, I
right,
don't.
or she accidentally got it underneath her shoes, and that's the dirt from the runway from the other girls. Like, Just happened to get on her. If you figure it out, America, you let me know.
Let's move on here to our next
Thank you.
runway though. So we got our reveal yourself looks here, and Jack, do you have a top three, bottom two, or top three, bottom
Oh
three?
my gosh, this was so hard. But I think the first girl we have to talk about, and it's you can say favoritism, and it's true. You can say it, and it's
We
true.
already
I love
know.
this queen. You already know it's Khianna. This was sickening. This like revealed outfit into like, oh my god, what is it gonna be? Takes off the dress. Oh my god, it's a body bag. Oh my god, it's her organs coming out. Oh my god, it's her brain. Like she takes her wig off, and half of it's still there, and it's like sliced open. It gave me like I was like, you remember how we had the bag ball? I'm like, rescind the win. She's the winner now, baby. She's the winner. Like I
Joey
was like,
J is turning over with her Ivy bag
yeah,
the
the
moment we
Ivy bag.
speak.
Right. That's all I could think of. And how sick was it that she just looked so good in this, and yet she was like kind of disgusting at the same time. I was like, this is so fun. This is like such a good statement of like, this is who I am. This is my drag. I was really like, I'm impressed. I
Can I
like this.
can I tell you the most impressive part too? And I was telling you this about beforehand. It's just such a
Yes.
simple fact, but it's just literally when her third reveal was just to unzip the top part of the body bag and just fold it back behind her, and she still looked so good with that. I thought that was just so smart and cool and intelligent and simple. Like it was just like you don't need to do like too much for to make a reveal actually work, and this
Yeah.
worked in so many ways. Like it's so cool. It is like it's even such a cool concept that like the fact that like it looks like the bottom half is like zipped up, right? It's not, but it looks like it's kind of already unzipped and then it meets in the middle, and that's the part that is actually holding it together, kind of like a belt. There's just so many cool details about this that I'm just uh, so good, so good. Let's move.
It
Let's
it
move on
was
because I could talk about this
amazing.
all day. Because I know there's
You
there's
you
another
really
couple.
could.
There's another couple that we had to actually let me talk about the second one. The other
Okay.
gag that got me was CM pulling out that tray of food behind her. Mm, I
Girl,
love
CM had me
so
the
good.
whole time. This was I think they called this the like flawless reveal, and they were correct. I was like, this was flawless. This was everything. Like, this was so beautiful. And then she did the reveal, and I said, oh my god, this is your moment. Like, bitch, you are eating these girls. Like, it was an obvious reveal, but the way she didn't just throw it off, it like literally tapered behind her. I was like, because that's what the girls do a lot of times when we see the reveals and stuff, especially in the US version. It's like, oh, they're gonna do this like little thing, and it's gonna immediately like just come off of them and throw it to the ground. No, 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 that's not what she did. She said, and this is my train. And I was like, see, that's the way you
Seriously,
do
it was
this.
so good. It was so good.
It really made me like, I was like, this girl is having her redemption moment. Like, and I don't even know that she needed it per se, but like, if she felt like she needed it, baby, you got it.
I
Baby,
mean, as far
you
as like
got
an introduction, because let's be real, Thailand 3 wasn't the best season. It could
it. Maybe
possibly be
not
a
the
season
best.
that I might not ever rewatch because it was really rough. At a lot of points, but like,
Uh,
I don't think that it definitely she got any sort of the reach that she wanted to. I'm like, girl, like for
right.
someone coming from like maybe that position, like she showed up and showed out tonight. Like you are not gonna forget her name after tonight at all whatsoever. What's her name again? Just kidding.
The,
Okay, Jack, you get
okay.
one more reveal. Who would be in your
Okay.
top three?
I'm gonna do one more reveal, but I want to give a special shout out to Bernie for being so beautiful the whole time.
I
Every look she
mean,
had was
duh.
so good, amazing. I told you this. I wish she had waited on that blue reveal till later down the thing, but because then she gave us yellow, but then she gave us another layer of it, and I said, okay, you know what? That makes up for all of it. I want to give her a shout out. We didn't talk about her for Rooster Runway. She did great. But if I have to
Yeah,
pick
Bernie
one
does
girl,
deserve some praise. I agree.
she does. We didn't talk about her. She's looked beautiful the whole time. One girl, and I think this was the gag of the season in this runway. Truly, it was Venus Deluxe, and let me tell you, it was this beautiful gown, like just this like very interesting, like almost going to the ball kind of thing, Cinderella, but like make it fashion. and she has this huge collar. She takes it off. It's kind of a white dress. We're like, okay, that's cute. And we see some black come from the mid part come off, and it was okay. We've got black on the bottom now. We've got black stripe, and you could see a little bit of black on the under of the front paneling. And I thought to myself, oh, okay, so she lined the part on the back is lined with black, so you can wear it either way, kind of thing, to really like match the outfit, whichever way you get to see it from. No, this bitch turns the paneling around to show us like an artist rendition of, like, I believe she said Jesus Christ, and like in black, and like the white showing was like the face, and I was like, that was such a gag. No one saw that coming. We saw the paneling, but I don't think anyone expected a full-on art piece to come out of that. And
No,
it was so sick. In that moment, I was like, she gagged us in a way that no one was expecting. And I think that needs to be recognized before anything else.
I believe in Jesus now because of her. Thank you, Venus. I'm a believer. No, like again, simplicity. Like literally, she's just taking one portion of the dress and moving it to the other side, like moving panels over, right?
Yeah.
And it's
It's so
literally
beautiful.
uh, so good. Who'd be your bottom three for this reveal look?
If I had to pick a bottom three, I think, wow, I'm gonna have to go with I think with probably Madame. Yeah, Madame Yoko, probably. Like the reveal into, I liked the bones into the muscles, but when you really take a look at it, it's just so messy in a way that's like, it's very kind of boring, right? I just wasn't a fan. I wasn't really living for it. I I don't
It
really
could
want to
have been
say,
executed a lot better, and I think we've seen like the bone idea kind of executed in other ways a lot better too. Like I always go back to like Anitra.
yes. Yes,
So
okay.
like that is like I like the idea, I like what she was going for, but yeah, I don't think the reveal was good enough payoff.
I think as far as like a bottom three, it becomes very difficult because part of me wants to say Ivory Glaze, but it was a fun reveal. It just was like,
No, say it.
I
It's
think
fine because I was thinking her too.
I really liked her first look, and I love the red. I love the red like tickets thing on her head. Like, I was like, oh, this is it. This is like the moment. I was really hoping she was gonna pull like the literal ticket off of her, kind of thing. Like, and that was gonna reveal the look. But it was a hair piece. It pulled apart. It's fine. But then when she took off the outfit, I was like, there's almost nothing here, girl. What did you reveal into?
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
don't
doesn't
get
even
what
look
the
that
final look is
flattering.
supposed to be. Like I get it's supposed to be some
I
sort of like
wasn't.
burlesque kind of probably thing, but like I don't know. I don't like it just being like a bodysuit. Like if you're gonna do something like that, like reveal into your actual skin kind of thing. Like
That's
when
what I'm
it's on a
saying.
bodysuit, it's giving me like the born naked runaway, and it's just and that wasn't a good one, right? It wasn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I
Well,
agree.
and this is where it's going to get surprising because I'm not saying the girl that everyone thinks I'm going to say. I'm actually going to say Kitty Space. And it's not that Kitty Space looked kind of bad. It just was. I just wasn't impressed with it. I thought something about the bottom half was just so boring and basic, and I wasn't really feeling the shoe with this. Like, I kind of get it, I kind of don't. I was like, it is a
Talk about
shoe.
season 7 references though. When she was like, "I'm coming out in my cocoon," I was like, "Oh, Jasmine Masters is back." I was like,
Yeah, girl.
"Oh,
I was like, oh, Jasmine Masters
um,
is back. It's still not giving.
yeah."
Like,
Well, Jasmine Masters go home in the first 3 episodes, so
yeah,
whoops. I don't know if
I
that'd be the
actually,
person I would be invoking, but
I actually, and this is funny because we talked about this. A lot of the butterfly looks almost never go over well, but I liked her cocoon look more than I liked her reveal look. Personally, I was like, I like this. It's very quilted. It's very like all of these lines, and it's got a shape to it. And then I felt like the next part was just kind of meh. I felt like it was very basic in
Mhm.
comparison, and I think that was something I was feeling from Kitty Space the whole time. Was I was like, the entrance was fine, the From Roots to Runway was a little messy, but it told a story. And then I was like, okay, so this is your chance to like really upstage everything for me. And I was like, it felt like as the episode went on, the looks kind of just got worse from her.
I do have to ask though, Jack, is the girl that everybody you thought or is the girl that you thought everybody thinks you will say is something wrong?
1000%. Everyone's going to think I'm going to say something wrong because of her placement and because of probably how they thought this outfit was. So I definitely think everyone's thinking that I'm going to say something wrong, but I'm not going to say something wrong because I love something wrong's outfit, and I personally loved the reveal. I was like, oh, this might be a little messy, but you know, it's it's literally what we asked of Ivory Glades, pretty much, right?
I
Gonna
don't
do
hate
the
it.
reveal all the way, go all the way. And the thing about something wrong that I also wanted to point out was like she has lost some weight, but she's never been considered a skinny girl ever, and she's still not. And so I think it was very I think it was very cool of her to like really be so comfortable in her body to do this. But also
I
this
agree.
first look is so kooky and amazing. Like I think this is just so beautiful from a fashion standpoint. And I really see her dragging this. Like this is kind of clownish, but what it really is giving is like these complementary colors. We have this navy blue with this really bright orange, and the white as always a great pairing color for anything, right? And this wig, now the wig, I will give it. The wig reveal was a mess, but as far as everything going down, I kind of love that she just ended up with like knee-high boots that were slicked to her body and a literal thong. I was like, if you're gonna do a reveal, baby, I mean, if you're gonna go almost nothing on, you might as well go nothing on. And she really said, I'm gonna do nothing on then. And I was like, clap, clap, clap. You did what I asked.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I can't say
Fault her
I'm
for that.
upset. I thought, like I said, I thought it was I don't hate when someone does something that is outside their comfort zone, kind of like this, that we wouldn't expect for them necessarily to say. And I think it's a positive message, like you said. So I don't think it's necessarily something that I would have put her in the bottom for. And I also don't think her Q&A was enough to put her in the bottom for, because I still think that I kind of like the gag. I think they like the gag too. I don't know, but according to them, well, clearly to them, there was a very clear bottom two because, like I said, 7 girls were called up on the main stage, and according to the wiki, and from what I was reading into too, we have 5 tops this week, 5 high placements, and just 2 bottoms. I was kind of a little bit lost there, but our tops this week were Arizona Brandy, Brigadine, Khianna, Kitty Space, and CM Pussy. And our bottom two were Something Wong and Madame Yoko. Did you agree with this, Jack?
No, actually, I didn't. I kind of was not sure why Kitty Space was up there. I was like, were you going to be the other bottom three? No?
Because of
Okay, well then,
France!
girl, that was the best thing she did all week. I'm sorry. Like, I was like, oh, that's a funny answer. But I was like, everything else, she really fell into the background with me. Like, I really kind of saw her as just like fading to the background. And I also was questioning, I was like, why isn't Ivory Glaze up there to also possibly be the bottom three then if she's not going to be? But I get it. Ivory was at least pretty.
I felt like they wanted to give Ivory a storyline of it's like, oh, okay, well, you finally have a safe placement. You know what I mean? So it's like, so
And
now everybody has their safe placement.
And I didn't understand their praise of Brigadine. I was like, what's this for? Like I loved
Agreed.
her I liked her intro look, right? Like I liked her entrance. It was fun. It was kind of basic, but it was good. Then her roots runway, great. And then her reveal, they were like, oh, this is good. And I was like, I don't know if we all saw the middle black piece, but that really took me out of it because that material just stuck to her body, showed us everything underneath. And the first part was just a draping of some tulle. And into like the kind of Phoenix look, I'm like, first of all, we've seen it done a million times, and we've seen it done much better than this. So, what was the point of that? And also, why wasn't Bernie there then? Bernie was good. Like Bernie was good on everything. So I didn't understand all the high placements, especially when it was so weird. But I think maybe they were trying to feature more than just the Philippine queens, especially. I think was something that had to be said. So, you know what? It's not, I'm not upset about it because I think we kind of get the right bottom two in a way. But I mean, I didn't want to give something wrong the bottom placement, but bottom three I can understand. So going from bottom three to bottom two is not that far off.
Who would have
So
been
it's
your bottom
fine.
two replacement then?
Oh,
Ivory
it
Glaze.
would have been, I actually think I probably would have put Kitty Space in it just because I felt like her from Roots to Runway was kind of messy, and then her reveal wasn't. It wasn't really. I mean, Ivory at least had the "I'm skinny and so I'm like kind of pretty" thing. I guess I just didn't think Kitty Space really gave me much, but at the
She
same
didn't give you
time,
skinny
I
or pretty. Wow. Just
she
kidding.
just did. She didn't get me. She didn't get me very pretty on the first look. That's for sure. I was like, "What's this about?" And Ivory could have been there for just kind of being boring, sure. But I mean, at the same time, I have neither issue with this bottom two because I am biased towards something long. I was like, "Oh, okay, like this is fine."
Yeah, I mean, I felt for her when she was in the workroom and she was clearly like in her feelings, crying about the whole situation. And I'm just like, I felt for her because like to go into the situation, you definitely don't expect to be in the bottom so quickly. And I think really for something this is going to be a very important experience with her, given where she's from, a situation where it's like culturally there isn't a lot of people that look like her there. Like this is going to be a huge experience for her here. So it's like
Yeah,
it sucks to I mean it sucks for any of them to leave, honestly. But especially like I said, after only one episode, we really should have had an elimination, y'all. But we get it, I get it. And I do think I agree. I but mostly just because I think we get the right elimination. But almost there. Yeah, so Khianna, C and Percy, the correct top two, and they
for
lip sync
sure.
to Debut by Katseye, and I thought they both brought it. I was very much so like back and forth the whole entire time because Khianna was definitely very high energy. She was giving me all the choreo, but something about just like the slow seductiveness of the Bollywood choreography that CM was doing was very just like entrancing, and it really worked with the song as well too. So it was just I could have seen this going either way. I don't think there was going to ever be a way that Khianna was never going to come into episode one and not get the win, to be honest. So I'm not surprised that she gets the win here, but I don't know. I feel bad CM doesn't get a badge.
I This is what I say. Anytime there's a top two and we have the lip sync for the, I think they both should get badges, and I think the money prize and the lip sync choice is enough for the winner of the lip sync, right? Alone, kind of thing. Get your money and get your ability to take some money. I think that Khianna slayed her in every way, shape, and form. Like, I don't think CM did a bad job in the slightest. I just think it really gave me that girl group moment. I really was like, oh, this is sick. Like, she's giving it to me. Like, if I saw them perform live, this is the choreo they need to start doing. And like, if they're not already doing this, this is what they're going to be doing now, baby. Like, Khianna, we're hiring you to be the next choreographer for this song. Thank you.
I laughed when we were watching, and you literally said she won in the first 3 seconds when she did her little split
I knew
flip
right
thing, and I
then.
was like, "Ooh, so impressive!" It's such a good performance. I watched it 3 or 4 times since it's happened. Like
Oh,
this
you can
is
watch
going
it
to be,
completely. This is like this is like gonna go down as one of the best lip syncs of the season, hands down.
and it just started. But then again, that's how we felt with Asha the last season. So I feel like it's such good energy for when we start here. But fortunately, this does mean Kiana has to make the first elimination of the season, which I'm laughing that they had to show a confessional from Arizona saying, "Oh, I'm so glad that I don't have to do that." Or I'm like, okay, why are you
I
getting
was like,
so
is
much
this
narrative,
Lita?
girl? You're not even involved in things, Arizona. What's happening here? Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Well, you know what's funny is I kind of felt like we got a little bit of like a so Kiana's now like set up to be our front runner. Arizona is definitely going to be someone who's challenging her throughout the season. I kind of felt like Yuha might end up being our narrator based on like how much she had in the like editing of things. Like she was always telling us kind of what was going on in the episode and like what she was thinking and kind of what we were thinking also. So I was like, oh,
She was
she's the
also behind
narrator
the
this
scenes,
season.
kind of stirring the pot when she was asking Kiana about the stuff. Then she ran over to the other group to listen into Arizona, right? So yeah,
Oh
Yuha
yeah,
has a Yuha
Yuha
has
did
a role.
her.
Yuha has a role.
she has done her research. She said, "You know what? When I get back on Drag Race, I am going to get my shit together and I'm going to study this reality TV and I'm going to get myself like a key main character role." And she did. She did. She might not end up being like our top 4 or anything, but she's definitely going to get pretty far in the season, I think, based upon just what she has done so far.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know who isn't going anywhere? Unfortunately, that's going to be Madame Yoko. Our Belgian queen becomes the first queen eliminated from Slaysian Royale as Khianna selects her to leave over something long. And I'm a little sad, only just because, like, I was telling you that I feel like the Belgian franchise a little bit is very underrated. It feels like they kind of are a little bit of the punching bag of the franchise, like globally. If we're looking at like global all stars, where they sent Atina Leakey's home for no reason, and now Madame Yoko is joining this list of Belgian girls on a global season that go home first. I'm a little sad. I kind of wish again we had another episode to maybe give her a little bit more time to really kind of get into things. And I don't think she really necessarily did anything wrong. I think that's the thing is that like I don't think there's really anything you could do wrong 100% in this challenge because it was a Q&A challenge. I thought her answer was fine. So anything she could do while she was there, she did, but it's a look challenge and
I
I
mean,
get it. She did bring the worst looks of everybody. So if we have to
yeah,
get rid
and
of somebody, fine. But
yeah,
I kind of wish we had more time.
I wish we had more time too, but I want to stress how much I think something wrong in the workroom. I don't know if it was just the edit or how they were making her look or whatever. Like she was very emotional. She was like, I can't do this. Like I cannot be the first person to go home. I need to be here. This experience means so much to me. And I was like, she's fighting for it. And Madame Yoko, she was very demure,
Passive about it, right?
very passive. And I at first I thought because I was like, you have to save something wrong, right? And then Khianna started doing her speech and she said the girl that brings the energy that I don't like, and I was like, oh my god! Like I was for sure that CM was picking Madame Yoko to stay, uh and Khianna was picking something wrong to say. So that's why I was like, oh my gosh. And that's where I'm thinking about like maybe next episode we see something like that, right? Well, what we find out is that actually she picked something wrong to stay, and I was like, oh, okay, great. So like me being nervous was for nothing, I guess. But I'm just wondering, like, is this going to cause tension if something wrong is in Lipsync of the choice for CM? And I guess we'll have to wait to find out, right? But I love that she did that to us and like kind of made me nervous.
Yeah, I was very nervous during the reveal too as well. I felt like it was a great premiere, and I'm very excited for what's to come, especially Jack next week. Girl groups in the Philippines. Like,
Oh,
what else
oh
are
my
we
god.
get? Like, if the Philippines, I feel like is the one franchise that has the most consistent girl group challenges. Like some of the best,
Mhm.
easily. Like they've only had 3, and 2 of them for sure are within like my top 10 for sure. So I'm
Top five, probably.
so excited for what they're gonna bring for Slaysian Royale. So excited.
As long as the song isn't like the song from season 2, we'll be fine. Like, no offense. The season 2 song was really lame in comparison to the other ones, but I think what's exciting about this too is these are kind of those challenges that I really think shows different dynamics of people. The first one is more of like this runway, this is my drag. The next one, a performance challenge. That's giving people a lot of different chances to really show what they're about. It's a completely different aspect of the drag. It's a completely different like world. I'm not saying that the runway isn't a performance, but now you're not going to necessarily be looking at just what you're wearing. It's more so what is your stage presence like?
I'm also excited to see if we're gonna get maybe like 3 or if it's gonna be 2. I'm assuming probably 2,
Possibly.
but I'm hoping for 3. I don't know why. I'm hoping for 3. As long as it's 3
Well, it's
where they
always
do like
interesting.
separate styles. If they do like the same song backing for both of them, then just make it 2 because I don't necessarily want to hear like 3 versions of the same song back to back to back to back to back.
Unless the song is really, really good, yeah.
Unless it's a bop,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and we can wrap it up here. I think we've gotten a good start here. We've gotten a good taste of things to come. I don't know if it's necessarily 100% perfection, but you know, when it comes to
it's the
Drag
best All-Star
Race,
season we've had a start of in a while.
I was gonna say it. I mean, well, All Stars 10 started out amazing, and look what that turned into.
Well, All Stars
You
10
know,
also only started with a third of the cast, so
I mean, true,
it was a
true.
mess.
It is a very different experience than hopefully what is to come here. Jack, I do have to ask though before we end the podcast, what's your question for the audience this week? And did you have any final thoughts that you'd like to talk about at the premiere?
I need to know, did the girls make the right decision on the lipstick? What do you have to say? And were the picks correct? Do you think that this was the right top 2 and the right bottom 2? Let me know.
Yeah, let Jack know, and let me know too in the comments below because we'd love to talk to you about the season. And as always, we cannot wait to see how this turns out. And thank you again so much for listening. Again, make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, and again, comment below because we'd love to chat. But until next time, and on behalf of my co-caster, QuackrrJack, this is Renegayde signing out. But remember, keep spilling that tea, y'all. Bye!
Bye!
Well, Mabu, bye!
Bye!